Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me Peter, the master of hoppets. Today looking at a dead fresh bottle of IPA from Ebeltoft Gårdbryggeri. This is a bottle of their Wilderflower IPA batch 1000. So if you don't know Ebeltoft Gårdbryggeri, it's a fantastic brewery located in Ebeltoft in Midtjylland, the middle of Jutland, the big peninsula in Denmark, in the middle, right on the nose of the country, as we call it. Beautiful location. Like, if you want to see what the brewery looks like, it's one of the most beautiful locations for a brewery. If you want to see what it looks like, I've done a on the road video there, visiting them, hanging out with Pila and Lucas and Max and all the guys at the brewery, which is great. They're fantastic people, and it's always fun to go visit. And there you can see a tour of the brewery. There's some tastings of their beers and whatnot. There's two separate videos. I think you guys should check it out. I'll try and link them somewhere. But they have been very much acclaimed for making one of the first really hazy IPAs in Denmark, or at least one of the first that really got a lot of recognition, which is Wildflower. And I think for batch 500? They did their first Wilderflower, which was like an even more saturated, crazily hopped edition of it. And they've done the same for their 1000th batch. They brew loads of this beer. It's all over the country, and it's one of the most consistently great Danish hazy IPAs that's easy to get. It's really easy to get, and you can get it at many cafes and bars and whatnot, and it's really affordable. It's really, really affordable. I think most places sell it for 25 Danish crowns a bottle. At least our local wine shop that always has fresh Ebeltoft, they sell it at that price. And they actually sold this at that price, even though it's supposed to be a bit more expensive, but there was some miscommunication or something, so they accidentally just priced the beer as everything else, which is good for me. In Vinshoppen in Vejgaard. But yeah, this is pretty interesting because this is brewed using fresh frozen hops, which is a new thing that Yakima has started to do. Yakima Chief hops, in which where fresh hop beers are really popular. It's a season now, it's a hop harvest season. Loads of brewers do beers with really fresh whole cone hops, but they've tried to accommodate the need or the want for brewers who are not near hop farms to use these fresh hops by doing these fresh frozen variants where they're flash frozen really fresh hops, so you can get to use them in your brewery. And I know they experimented a lot with this, and they premiered some of the experience at MBCC, which were really tasty. And this is, I guess, the final result here, the Wilderflower. So I do not know the hop combo on it. It's changed a lot, I know, in regular Wildflower, but I believe Citra is one of the hops in there, as far as I remember. But I'm not totally sure. So we're just gonna go by tasting notes and see what we think. I'm sure it's gonna be lovely. So pours a nice hazy bright yellow color, slight orange hue, white head. I mean, it looks like what you want from a hazy IPA. Looks nice. Let's check out the aroma on the batch 1000 Wilderflower IPA. I'm also curious if it's the 1000th batch of Wildflower or if it's the batch number 1000 of the brewery. I'm actually not sure, but I can smell it from here. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, really nice, vibrant citric aroma. I'm getting lots of, it's really pin bright. I love that. It's not like overripe saturated juice, like really sweet under attenuated beer. It's like really bright, it's really pithy, it's really zesty, which is really nice. Like, I don't drink much New England IPA these days, but this is the kind of New England IPA I want to drink if I have to drink some. Zesty orange, the pithy citrus, even maybe a hint of grapefruit. There's definitely some bright dankness. Touch of lime, passion fruit, pineapple, these kind of nuances. It smells really good. So I wonder if the fresh frozen hops, what they give, if they give more of a like juicy, fruity kind of flavor and not so hop mattery because they're not like pelletized. I'm not actually sure. I've never really thought of like with fresh hop beers because it's not a big thing in Europe. I've had a few American ones, but I never really thought what it actually does in terms of a flavor profile. Because again, it's not really common here. But it smells just like a really nice, vibrant IPA. I think it's only a couple weeks old as well because they just released it. And it's just like, I think they announced it on their Instagram page. And then like a couple of days after, I was delivering beer to this shop here and they had it. It's like, oh, I better get some. But yeah, it's really nice. Nice mix of tropical flavors and citrus. Let's try it. Cheers. Wow, that's really nice. It's a whole lot more saturated than regular wildflower, but still really drinkable. 7.4%. Yeah, it has that saturated hop feel. I wonder if there's cryo hops in it too. It almost feels like that saturated feel of cryo hops that digs into your palate. It's like it's not like really crazily full bodied, which I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. I like that it has like a slightly lighter yet fluffy profile, but then it's like really bone dry. Like it dries out a lot on the back end, which I love. Like I'm so sick of overripe sweet hazies. This is just like much more dry and pithy and bright, which is really nice. Really nice. Also, not crazy amounts of yeast profile in this one. There's a little bit of like a generic sweet fruity ester, dare I say tropical, but it's actually fairly clean on its profile. It's not like heavy on esters. It's all about like really fresh, intense hops, these fresh frozen hops, I guess. There's like a really bright, zesty, citric vibe, like really like fresh, biting into like fresh, like lemons, or like almost like if you had like a bitter lemon. Do we have that? I don't know, maybe bitter lemons. There's bitter oranges, but it's almost like that because it's like that brightness of a lemon and lime, maybe a pomelo, or just like a yellow grapefruit or something, because it's like this bright citric fruitiness with like a zesty dryness to it, which is really vibrant and nice. And then like a slight like herbaceous touch on the back end, and also a good kick of pineapple and passion fruit, which is really nice. Almost like slightly diesely dank. Yeah, this is really, really good. Really, really good. If you love more bright, pithy, hazy IPAs, you'll love this. And it's not like per se really bitter. It's just, it has that like intense hop saturation that digs into your palate, which is really nice. Yeah, I think everyone who loves wildflower will love this. It's definitely a few notches higher in terms of hop saturation, but it's really, really good. I mean, these guys are known for this beer and also raw power, which is also great. That's a double IPA. Really nice. I mean, if you were at the brewery this summer and you could get to drink this fresh, I know they just bottle it now, but I'm sure they would have had some test batches or something. That must have been really dope, just sitting outside the farm and just chilling in the sun. Oh yeah, this is really nice. Rating, like a solid 93, 94, something like that. It's my wheelhouse. Like it's really something you can crush loads of. It's got a high intensity of flavor, but it's not so overwhelming that it's like you can't drink more than one bottle. Like it's got a good balance between high saturation of flavor and drinkability, which is really nice. I think that's key in a lot of IPAs, because otherwise they end up being these kind of IPAs where you have just like a taster and then that's enough. I like this where you can actually drink a full beer. But yeah, great stuff. Huge recommendation. Get it while it's fresh. Ebeltoft Gårdbryggeri Wilderflower IPA, batch 1000. Yeah, really damn tasty. Hats off to the guys at Ebeltoft for brewing this fantastic beer for so long. So if you guys, well, the base version of this. But if you guys had a chance to try this one already, let me know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and some delicious hop goodness. And by the way, it's actually got a good amount of spicy herbaceousness. And that might not be for everyone, but I dig it. It balances out a lot of the fruit flavors. But it's good, so check it out if you can. And cheers, and see you guys in another beer review.